Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the risk factors of antiperspirants. We're going to be talking about the difference between deodorants and antiperspirants, and why antiperspirants may not be good for your health and why deodorants may be better, and that's natural deodorants, that is. So for instance, deodorants just cover up the smell of BO, what some people like to call it, and antiperspirants block the sweat glands and actually block you from sweating, so prevents you from sweating. So if anything is going to prevent you from sweating and prevent your sweat glands from producing sweat, I would believe that it's a compound that is actually causing an effect or a reaction on the body, which obviously isn't good, because nothing should be affecting you from sweating. Antiperspirants contain aluminium, and this aluminium is what can block the sweat glands from producing sweat. And aluminium can cause problems, it can cause hormonal issues, and it has been said it is linked to breast cancer. However, it hasn't been 100% proved. We're going to be talking about two deodorants. I actually have one deodorant and one antiperspirant. I actually have a natural deodorant here, and I have an antiperspirant here. There's two different types of deodorant. You can get a natural deodorant or you can get an ordinary deodorant. Most ordinary deodorants contain alcohol, and this alcohol causes your body to become acidic, and it being acidic kind of deters the bacteria. So it makes the bacteria think that it's not something that it wants to be around. So it prevents the bacteria from coming near to your armpits or where you're sweating, because it contains the alcohol that makes your sweat more acidic, and the bacteria doesn't like when your sweat is acidic. So as I said, not the natural deodorant, but other deodorants contain alcohol. So as I said, natural deodorants contain acid, but they contain a natural kind of acid. So citric acid usually comes from vitamin C. So if you see a natural deodorant and in the ingredients it says citric acid, it could be a plant form or a fruit form. So for instance, this is a natural deodorant. I call it natural because it contains no alcohol, but it contains acid, but a natural form of acid. So the brand is Salt of the Earth, and it says effective natural deodorant. So I'm going to read some of the ingredients, but the key natural ingredients are salt, honeysuckle, and aloe vera. And honeysuckle would give it that beautiful smell, and salt is said to be a natural deodorizer, and salt could react with your sweat and form some sort of acid which may deter the bacteria. So I'm just going to get into some of the ingredients here. So potassium, aqua, which is water, aloe vera leaf, honeysuckle, as I said earlier. It says perfume, but I assume that's coming from the honeysuckle. Benzoyl benzoate, and that is just like a deodorizer. It has eugenol in it. I'm not sure why it has eugenol, but it does. It contains citric acid. I'm not sure if it's a natural form of citric acid or artificial form, but I'm assuming it's a natural form because it's called a natural deodorant. On the other hand is an antiperspirant, and it says 48-hour protection. So this is going to try its hardest to prevent you from sweating for 48 hours. It may be good for you in your everyday life if you find it quite embarrassing, odors and smells, but it may not be good for your body in the long term. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of my theory and what I think and how you can use deodorants and antiperspirants together. So as I said, antiperspirants contain aluminium, and this aluminium blocks your sweat pores and it just blocks you from sweating. But if the body absorbs too much aluminium, it can affect your hormone levels, and it is linked to breast cancer and other. So the ingredients in the antiperspirant isn't that much, but there are a lot of big long words that you can't pronounce and I can't pronounce, and if you can't pronounce something, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily natural. So it says aqua, of course, water. Aluminium is the second ingredient, and the first and second ingredient are the highest percentage of ingredients that come in the product. What I do, I use a natural deodorant, but I do find that it will not stop you from sweating, which is fine because I think it's natural to sweat, and it's not as effective at covering odors as the antiperspirant. And I know some people go to the gym, some people are out in public places, some people are around family and friends, and they really want something to just help them. They don't want to feel embarrassed in public and stuff. So I would suggest, if you're going to use a deodorant or antiperspirant, to use the natural deodorant every day. If you're not going anywhere, or if you're just going somewhere where you don't mind sweating and you feel comfortable sweating, I would use the deodorant. On the days that you may be going out to work or socialize with friends and family, which may not be as often as your off days, your down days where you're going to relax, I would use the antiperspirant. If you can, I would suggest using the deodorant every day. But if you can't and you need something to actually stop you from sweating because you sweat too much and your odor may be a bit strong, I would probably use this twice a week, the antiperspirant, just to limit aluminium your body is absorbing. Another factor that affects the way we smell and our sweat is what we eat. If you're eating anything that, like junk foods, oily foods, sweat 10 times stronger and not very pleasant. So if you can limit junk foods and limit like sweets and cakes and chocolates and stuff, that will really help. Another thing that really helps with body odor is chlorophyll, and I know a lot of people talk about chlorophyll, using it on their skin and internally for skin. But if you take chlorophyll internally, it says that it's a natural deodorant, so it blocks odors naturally. And chlorophyll can't, and I assume once consumed it just covers up and blocks out or absorbs any unwanted substances, and then it comes out in your. So chlorophyll, I definitely would recommend chlorophyll, and I was taking a natural form of chlorophyll in a capsule form, and it was actually alfalfa, so it was chlorophyll extracted from the alfalfa plant, which was very effective. I really like taking that. So if you want a natural deodorant to take internally, I definitely would recommend chlorophyll or alfalfa. Anyway, so that was the risk factors of antiperspirants and deodorant. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.